Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn about CSS. So in CSS, first in this video I'm just going to introduce CSS, and in the second video in the CSS series I'm going to tell about color, how you can change the color. Yeah, so now let's get on with it. So now let us just set up our HTML page. So now here I'm just going to keep introducing CSS. Yeah, so now we're just going to use a link. We are using external CSS here. First let me just create a file called styles.css, and now here link here /styles.css. so now whatever we keep here is going to, the styling is going to apply here. So HTML is separate, CSS is separate, or there's a shortcut for commenting in HTML, Control K, C, Control K, then press C. Here you can just give a style tag. So you have to give type text/CSS. So now here in HTML there is HTML plus CSS, and then I'm going to prefer using external CSS. So now here HTML and CSS separate. So HTML is in this file, CSS is in the other file. Now for the style is HTML plus CSS both in the same file. So now we are just going to try it out, how CSS can make it better looking. Potatoes, so just potatoes is going to come. P, this is a vegetable. So this is a vegetable. Then body, so we're going to target the body tag. Font family, just Arial, Helvetica, that. And then background color, the background color for the body tag. So RGB, it is to specify, so we give it in red, green, blue formats. So I'm going to give 185. Red is 185, green should be 179. The maximum number you can give is 255, and here we are going to give 175. So see, it's going to be a grayish background. Here it's going to show. Then H1 color, RGB again, 255, 255, 255. It's going to be white. If you give 000, it's going to be black here. I'll just show. Let's say we'll target the P. Alright, I'll just show for this H1. 0, 0. So this is gonna be blue because only blue is there, full. 0, black. See, it's just gonna stay black. Here also is showing black. Yeah, now we just keep white. Now, yeah, so it's gonna be like this. So as I already told you, you can use internal CSS with the style tag. Then there are some CSS selectors. So like there is universal selector. You can use into like asterisk shift 8 that is universal selector. It's going to select all the elements. We're just going to give color red. So see, all the elements color red. If you want, you can give how many ever h2s you want, but still see, for all it's gonna give. Yeah, so then there is type selector. So you just basically select with this tag. As before we saw this body, we can give color is blue. So this is the type selector, the tag, basically with the tag. Then class selector. So for if you want to use class selector, you have to give class equal to title. Let's give title. Then here dot title. So now it's going to apply with elements who has this attribute class which is equal to title. So now we can give background color red. See, then there is id selector. So for class we give the dot and the class name. For id we're gonna give here intro. So for id we use hash and then the name. So we are gonna give background color Rebecca purple. So see, and you can change color to white. Here also. Yeah, so now you can see it clear. Now there is child selector. So like child selector matches an element that is direct child of another. So let us say, we'll just clear up here. Now here we'll have a li and a to hash, okay, and then hash will just, or we can just give hash just like that. So now when you click on this, it's just gonna change the URL a bit. Now li, then we give greater than a. So it's telling li is the parent of the a. So we can give color red. So now it's going to apply to the a element. See, you can, if you want, you can remove that line by keeping text decoration none. So no decoration. That's what it basically means. Then descendant selector. So now here let us say you remove this. Then we have p. Let's give span high and then a hash again y. So now as you can see, it's coming like this. Now for the child selector, it should be direct child, like so it should directly be inside this, and then it should be the next one inside it. So now if you give p span color red, it should work. See, it's gonna work, but you have to give a, it's gonna work still, but usually for direct childs only it works, and then it's going to work for direct childs in it. So p and a is there, color red. So this is descendant selector, not child selector. Then adjacent sibling selector. Here we're going to give a href slash, and then we're going to give home. So it's just going to take us to the home page. Home. So now we can give, so p plus a. So this is going to target the first a element after that p. So let's say color yellow. So see, it's gonna work. And then if you want, you can give general sibling selector. So now we have here A, we'll have another, let's just say hash home, hash about. So now this P plus A, if you see, it's going to only work for home, as this is adjacent sibling, just adjacent to this P. But then now if you give P and then beside one some tilde mark will be, if you press shift and beside one that key on the keyboard, and A is going to give the styling to all the A elements after this P. Okay, so first we'll just remove this. Now when we keep for this, we can keep color, let's say yellow green. So see, it's gonna apply for both. Again we can give text decoration none, so no decoration for both, like that. So now these are all the selectors. I know how CSS rules, like now we're going to see how CSS rules, like which has more preference. So let's get back to that potatoes, toast, P, this, we're going to give I tag is now here we'll give B tag vegetable. Yeah, so we have here it's little slanting like that. So now in this CSS we're going to give into like generals all selector. So we're just going to give font family Arial, Helvetica, sans serif, and then H1 you have font family Courier, new Courier, monospace. So it's, you can't see much difference, but now you're gonna see what I mean by specifying. So green, so as you can see it changed to green. Then again we'll give another here for same red. So it's changed to red. As CSS goes from top to bottom, whatever is the latest value, it's going to apply to that. So the latest value for I is color red, it's applying for that. And then B color yellow, so it's yellow, but again as you know it's going to check for the latest value. Or wait, here we'll give P like a descendant selector, it's going to work the same. Blue, it's going to work without the blue or with the blue, but here if you give shift 1 and then press enter, it's going to give important. So I'll tell you how important is sometimes helpful. Now suppose afterwards you forgot and you just give another color, so let's say violet, but see, it's not even going to change because important is going to specify it's important, use this only for this, like that. Then here we're going to give for this ID intro, hash intro, font size, how much size it should be, 100%, it should take up the full size of the container. And then P, so here we're going to just give another P, another P. So like here as you can see ID it has 100, here it has less than 1, so like it has lesser specificity. so you will know what I mean. Font size 75%. now as you can see, this is smaller than this, it's not applying to this. If you remove this, see, it's gonna be the same size, so it became smaller like that. Then inheritance, so we have this, we're gonna create a div here, class is page, yeah. So now body, font family, Arial, Helvetica, that, and then color hash 665544. so this is called a hex number. So in CSS you give comments like this, so hex value this is, and then padding 10 pixels, so it's gonna move a little. As you can see here, means its little gap is there, but now here it's gonna move a little bit. Then for dot page, for the div with class page, border we're gonna give 1 pixel, solid, so it's gonna be solid, and hash 665544. here instead of solid means it's just gonna give a big line. If you want, you can give dashed, so dash it's gonna be like that. And then you can give background hyphen color hash ef, it's gonna be little grayish. And padding, now this is the part inherit, so now we see, as you can see, it got 10 pixels padding everywhere. Now as you can see, it's like touching the edge. Now here it's not, it's inheriting the parent elements padding, yeah. So like CSS will treat each HTML element as if it will appear in its own box. So it is treating this page as it's appearing in its own box. Rules are made up of selectors like that specify the elements the rule applies to. Different type of selectors allow you to target your rules as different elements. So this is that tag, with the tag we are selecting, this is with class, like that, yeah. So this is it, guys. In the next video we are going to learn about how to style HTMLs with CSS color. So like we will use, so now we had just a basic introduction to color, like we use color, the what the color should be. So now when I hover over this hex, I can change the color like that, change it to dark, bright, like that. I can change it to greenish, see, it's gonna change, yeah. So this is it, guys. Bye.